We had one time yesterday where it gummed up a little bit, it sounded like. And welcome, everyone, to Oswald Field on the campus of Heston College. Rusty Witcher alongside Jasmine Pankratz, as we are here today for an audio-only broadcast between the Northeast Community College Hawks and your Heston Larks. It's audio-only, so we are here. We are going to be having a lot of fun. It's not exactly what I call warm out, Jasmine.
Nope.
Jasmine and I are, I'll get a temperature here. It is 27 degrees, winds blowing out, so we might see some fireworks tonight. Or this afternoon, I should say. 1 7-inning game today here between the Hawks and your Larks, and the starting lineup for Northeast Community College, Christian Dumont to lead things off. Drew Smith plays right field and bats second. Tanner Hunt, the left fielder, batting third, wearing number 8. Designated hitter Caleb Hartman is the cleanup man for the Hawks. Brennan Bales bats fifth, plays first base. Jared Morris plays second base, and he will bat in the 6th spot. Dom Sanders is at third base in the 7th hole, followed by catcher Bryce Walker in the 8th hole, and the center fielder is Donovan Warren. Defensively for the Larks, Josh Stivers out in left, Cooper Morgan in center, and Preston Judd in right field. John Loft, the hot corner, Nick Platten and Logan Dryden up the middle, followed by Joel Ogletree over at first base, and Jeremy Deckinger behind the dish. On the hill today is Harry Park, and Harry comes in with a 1-0 record, pitched 5 innings down in Texas in his one appearance, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, none of which were earned, walked 3, struck out 4, has an ERA of 0.00. So there are 4 ways to contact us. We want to hear from you guys. We had so much fun yesterday. We heard from 18 different states and 6 countries. We'd love to hear from you, whether you're a fan of the Larks, fan of the Hawks. First way to get in touch with us, grab your phone, send us a text, 620-217-1465. Again, that number is 620-217-1465. You can also email us. Open up another browser, drop us a quick line, golarks@heston.edu, GOLARKS at heston.edu. Jasmine's got 2 other ways to contact us, Jas.
You can tweet at GoLarks, #FearTheNest, or you can chat with us in the live chat and let us know who you're watching, where you're watching from, and hopefully we'll get as many viewers as we did yesterday.
Yeah, we had upwards of 102 at one point, and leading the game off is Christian Dumont as Northeast in their road grays. Black stripes, black numbers, a lot of red long-sleeve shirts. Harry working on the windup, and the first pitch is too far outside for a ball to Dumont.
And it is Harry's birthday weekend. His birthday is Sunday.
Okay.
His parents are here, his grandparents, his girlfriend.
Okay. Harry again, out of the windup, the delivery. And that is upstairs. Dumont chases, and the count quickly even at a ball and a strike. These teams, I think, want to work quick. I don't think you're going to see a lot of standing around today on the mound. You're going to want to work quick and get in the dugout and go hit. The 1-1 delivery right down the middle on the off-speed pitch for a strike. Harry went to Driveline last summer, and Jasmine knows all about Driveline.
Yeah, there was a bunch of guys who went. Andrew Huckabee, Jose, Dylan Shoknick, Hunter Reinberger, Isaiah Martinez.
Harry's 2-2 in the dirt.
John Law.
John Law.
Yeah. And lots of improvement all around.
Big curveball on the ground. Nick Platten swings, dives, and the throw not in time, and Dumont has an infield single. As Nick made the dive, Nick was begging to come up here in the press box with us today.
Was he really?
Yeah, and I said, sorry, Nick, you have to go play shortstop.
He had a good first opening collegiate start yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Impressive.
Drew Smith, the right fielder, stepping in. Smith in Game 2 was 1 for 3. In Game 1, he was 3 for 3, so 4 for 6 to start his baseball career, as this is the 3rd game ever for Northeast Community College.
He was upset with me that I made him take that picture with Dylan Wright yesterday. But it ended up being a good picture. Lots of likes on Twitter.
Big curve from Harry, misses upstairs for 1 ball to Smith. Yeah, that was really cool to hear from everybody we heard from all across the country and all across the world. Jeremy Deckinger giving the signs to Harry. Harry will force to work out the stretch. Checking Dumont over at first base. And Harry deals. Swing and a miss. That's foul. Or excuse me, that's fouled. I didn't see it foul. Fouled out of play on the right side. Looked like it was a hit and run. Smith was off to the races. He'll trot back to first, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And Harry had a great weekend in Dallas last weekend. He played on Saturday, and when he came in, the whole atmosphere of the game just changed, and the Larks came to life, and they ended up winning that game.
Yeah, the one win they picked up in Dallas was behind Harry. Harry checks that runner. Working from the stretch, the off-speed pitch upstairs, and the count now 2 balls and a strike. Smith, the right fielder, getting his sign from his third base coach. It's really not too terribly bad. It could be a lot worse.
I just had to take off my jacket. I'm sweating.
What's nice in the press box?
Yeah, with the sun out.
The 2-1 right there at the knees, fastball for the strike, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike to Smith. Tanner Hunt waits on deck. And Harry trying to get a ground ball here, hopefully to roll up 2. Harry comes set. The delivery, too far outside. Runner goes, throw, not in time. And Dumont swiping second base on JD. It was pretty close. Harry's pitch missed, and we're full 3 balls and 2 strikes. So northeast with a runner in scoring position, none out. Leadoff runner over there at second. Harry deals, big curve, hitting Smith, and Smith is aboard as he was plunked on the curve. Stayed, and now there's 2 on and none out for Tanner Hunt. Hunt was 1 for 4 in Game 2 and 0 for 4 in Game 1, so 1 for 8 to start his season. As we're in Game 3. These teams did agree to play just 1 today. Temperatures are supposed to completely fall off the table, and we're even supposed to have a chance of snow tomorrow night. Jasmine's favorite word.
No.
Hunt showing bunt, and Harry with fastball upstairs for a ball. On that bunt, Joel Ogletree, the first baseman, wheeling in. The squirrel, Logan Dryden, rolls over to second base. Joel creeping back. Harry missing. And the count 2 balls, no strikes here to Tanner Hunt. Again, we want to hear from you, whether you're a fan of the Larks, fan of the Hawks, here on this Friday afternoon baseball game. Send us a text, 620-217-1465. Drop an email, golarks@heston.edu. Tweet to Jasmine or live chat with Jasmine. And that is upstairs for a ball. What time does the softball team play today? Do you know, Jasmine?
Nope.
And a 3-0 coming up. Bunt popped up. It will drop back there. No man's land. It will be an infield roller for a single for Tanner Hunt. And the bases are loaded. A flock of Hawks on the base paths for the designated hitter, Caleb Hartman. Hartman played in Game 1 yesterday, caught Game 1, was 0 for 4, had a sacrifice fly for an RBI, struck out twice, did reach on an error and score a run. So Hartman, here we've had 2 hits in the inning, both in the infield, and that one fouled back and out of play to the right as Hartman trying to drive it somewhere into Showalter Villa. 275 down the lines, 350 to the alleys, 390 to center. And this baseball field was built in 1996. When I was a freshman at Heston College. Harry with a fastball at the knees for strike 2, and Caleb Hartman quickly behind 0-2.
It was built that long ago?
Yes. Before that, the third base line was in center field, and you hit to the northwest. The 0-2 on the way.
Interesting.
That one outside, missing away for 1 ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. Harry trying to force Hartman to nibble. With runners all around the sacks. The 1-2. Curveball too far outside. Hartman watches it for ball 2. And Harry and JD going through the signs. Coming set from the stretch, the delivery, fastball on the ground. That's chopped left side and towards the new bullpen. And the count still remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Caleb Hartman. Again, we'd love to hear from you in the chat, on Twitter, email, text. The 2-2 coming up. That's on the ground. John Law coming home to get the force. Jeremy steps on the plate, and the Larks get the lead runner. Hartman aboard on the fielder's choice. Nice play by John Law to come home to JD and get the lead runner, and there's now 1 out for Brennan Bales, the first baseman. Bales came in yesterday in Game 2 in relief duty on the mound. Played Game 1 at first base, was 0 for 3, was hit by a pitch, drew a walk. Terry working from the stretch again. Bales fouls it back to the right, now to play. And the 0-1 coming up. Bales swing and a miss on the curveball. Harry had Bales fooled, and he's quickly ahead 0-2.
Can I see your pen, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
The 0-2 coming up from Harry. That's on the ground, left side and foul. Past John Law. The marshal over there at third base. Harry Park. That fastball misses high, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wind is blowing out towards right center field. And the 1-2 on the way. Curveball on the ground. Logan Dryden, underhand flip, Nick at 1. Throw over to Joel. In time, Larks roll up the double play and get out of the inning. A big inning-ending DP for the Larks. They dodge a bullet and force NECC to strand 3. We'll take a break and come back with the Lark lineup.
From my first contact with Heston College, I could feel the caring atmosphere. The nursing faculty made me feel at home. They walked me through the curriculum, and now as a student, they regularly check in on my life, my family, and my success.
You're going to have to stop the music when it's time. No.
At Heston College, I really think about the logo as being centered to who we are. It's a greater than sign. It's an arrow. It's taking people places, and it's taking students beyond their worldview, beyond their comfort zones. It's about helping students be greater than themselves through an environment that is focused on Christ.
There is something greater than anything the world has to offer. Money, fame, fortune. It's finding meaning to your life, to find a purpose for living.
I'm greater than thinking I can do this on my own.
I am greater than my fears.
I'm greater than bullying. I am greater than systems of oppression and confined ideas.
I'm greater than greed.
I am greater than being content with just a Sunday faith.
I'm greater than perfectionism.
So I'm greater than my former self.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field. Take a look at the Lark lineup. Leading the game off for the Larks, playing third base, number 21, Jonathan Law. He's followed in the batting order by Josh Stivers.
I don't know how to do this.
Kalen Haynes is the designated hitter.
Where's the...
I don't know. Cooper Morgan will bat the cleanup, batting fourth. Joel Ogletree bats fifth, playing first base. J.D., the catcher, batting sixth, with Nick Platten batting seventh, followed by Preston Judd in the 8-hole, and Logan Dryden in the 9-hole.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh, you killed it. We're good.
Hey, Brad. I don't know how to do it. Like, I just turned the volume down. Yeah, you just press the button. Okay, well, you're going to have to turn the volume back up when you do it.
On the mound, Alex Fetters, and Fetters to first pitch low to the Marshal, John Law. Where are the stats?
These stats?
Yeah, those stats. Yeah. John on the season. 1 for 8, and hits a mile-high fly ball towards left field. Hunt underneath it and makes a play. And there's one away. I'll bring up Josh Stivers. Stivers homeschooled. He was a high school teammate with Ryan Morrissey.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh's head coach in high school has the most home runs in a single game in the SEC while playing at Kentucky.
Uh-oh. It's a random fun fact.
Yeah. Alex Fetters deals, and Stivers swing and a miss, and a count 0-1. Count 0-1 now to Stivers. One away here in the first. Stivers
Straight up.
hits that one straight up. Walker coming on, but gets called off by Bales, and there's one away. Or two away, excuse me. For designated hitter Kalen Haynes, and he is the leading hitter for the Larks. 7 for 15, 467 batting average. 3 runs driven in with 2 doubles and a single, and last night's walk-off double for the Larks to complete the comeback win. So lefty-lefty matchup. Fetters deals and finds the outside corner for a strike against the big man, Kalen Haynes, who Jasmine and I talked about yesterday, has the dirtiest hat on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Kalen, hot shot through Bales at first base. Bales does cover over foul territory, flips it to Fetters covering, and the Larks go quietly 1, 2, 3 here in the first. We've played an inning, no score from Oswald Field. Back after this on the Lark Network.
Hang on.
The RN to BSN program offers hybrid courses scheduled to promote life balance and also offers a special RN to BSN tuition program. Heston College provides the education and personal attention expected of a top private school at a cost comparable to public institutions. 100% of students who applied for financial aid received aid.
After classroom and clinicals, the ultimate goal is passing the RN licensure exam and getting a job. 98% of Heston College's 1,600 graduates have achieved a RN licensure. Graduates are well respected in the healthcare industry with a great record of job placement. My employer loves hiring Heston graduates and recruits them every spring.
Be a part of the tradition of caring as a Heston College BSN student. Learn more about the Heston College nursing program today. Earn your Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree at Heston College and become part of their 50-year tradition of outstanding nursing education. Located just 30 minutes north of Wichita, Heston College is a small, Christ-centered private college that provides state-of-the-art training for tomorrow's caregivers. The nursing program has maintained accreditation throughout its 50-year history, and 3 tracks offer you the BSN program you need to meet your goals, whether you are just starting out or building upon your previous education. The RN to BSN program offers hybrid courses scheduled to promote life balance and also offers a special RN to BSN tuition program.
And welcome back to Oswald Field here on the campus of Heston College. Rusty Whitcher alongside Jasmine Pankratz. We have a few people watching, don't we, Jasmine?
Yep.
Okay. Still have to hear from you, Jared Morris, to start things off in the top of the second for the Hawks from NECC. And Harry misses downstairs in the dirt. And they count 1 ball to Morris. Sanders on deck, Walker to follow. And that one, the fastball swung right through by Morris. And the count now even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Harry working from the windup. Deals. Catching the outside corner. Good pitch by Harry, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lower outside corner by the knees of Morris. And as a pitcher, you love to live there the rest of the day. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, but no, Morris got a piece of it. I didn't hear it get hit, but we're also have everything closed up here. So Morris fouls it off, stays alive. The 1-2. There's the swing and the miss on the curveball, and Morris is retired on the strikeout. Brings up third baseman Dom Sanders. Sanders came in relief in Game 1 to play third base after Caden Hendricks went down for being hit by a pitch. Sanders was 1 for 3 in Game 1 and 1 for 3 in Game 2 as he looks at a curveball strike from Harry Park in the first pitch he sees. The 0-1. That is down and in the dirt. And a scoop by JD. Count now even, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Harry likes that spot on the outside corner for the strike. And the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes on the curve. Harry working fairly quickly. Winds up, deals, delivers. Strike 3 called outside corner. Sanders caught looking. And there are 2 outs here in the top of the second for catcher number 27, Bryce Walker. So Walker's first at bats on the season. For NCC. Harry just misses high and the count 1 ball. That one fouled back to the fence. And the count 1-1. Kyle Howell told me he found the biggest pair of sweatpants he could find to put over the 2 other pairs of pants he was wearing. And the 1-1. Curveball for the strike. Harry loves that spot, and if he lives there all day, he'll make short work of the lineup for the Hawks, as that's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Working quickly now, deals, tries that spot again. That's Tapper on the ground. John Law charging at third base. Law throw over, not in time. And John double clutched just a little bit, and Walker legs out the infield single. I think if John lets that ball go right away, he gets Walker. And that brings up Donovan Warren, who's in center field. Warren played Game 1 yesterday. Finished 1 for 3, stole a base, singled, walked, and scored a couple runs in the Game 1 win for Northeast Community College. Their first ever win. As Walker looks at a strike, throw back down to first base. Warren looks at the strike to try and get Walker at first. Three hits now for the Hawks. Big curve drops in again for Harry for a strike, and Harry working here. We said in Texas, Jasmine, he pitched a 5-inning game, or pitched 5 innings. Walked 3, struck out 4. Curveball drops down. JD can't come up with it, and Walker takes second on the wild pitch. They ask if Warren went. The field ump said no, and the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Harry dealing now. Here's the pitch. Missed a little bit high on the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Has that one just a little bit to the upwards part, past the zone, just by Walker's chest. Or excuse me, by Warren's chest. There's a hot shot. Nick Platten, backhand throw across, pulls Joel off the bat, gets by Joel, run coming home. And Warren pulls into second after the error.
I thought he had it.
And right now, the Hawks take a 1-0 lead. Another unearned run for the Larks, or charged against the Larks. And the first error of the game brings up Christian Dumont. Dumont singled right back up the middle, stayed on the infield on the slow roller, stole a base, but then was forced out at home. Dumont fouls that one straight back on top of the press box.
That scared me.
Oh, I knew it was going to hit up here. The loud thump. So we'll be billing Christian Dumont for roofing expenses. The 0-1 coming up from Harry. Harry deals. That's downstairs in the dirt, and the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Harry deals again from the stretch. Dumont on the ground. Past a diving John Law to left field. Run coming home. Stivers uncorks a throw. Throw up the line. Slipping in is Warren scores. Dumont gets to second after the single and the throw. And just like that, NCC up 2-0. On the Larks. Dumont gets an RBI for his trouble. Drew Smith was hit by a pitch, as Smith wants to try and trade places with Dumont. As there's 2 outs here in the second. That pitch upstairs. One ball. The 1-0 coming up. Curveball drops in that spot. Harry's likes all day for a strike, and the count even 1-1. That's a looping liner out to left field. Run coming home. Stivers trying to come home, and another single and a base hit and an RBI for NEC as they have taken a 3-0 lead. With a couple of hits after the error, and errors coming back to haunt the Larks one more time. Tanner Hunt's 1 for 1 with a single for this game. 5 hits now in the contest for NEC.
NEC or NCC?
NECC? NCC?
I think it's just NCC.
Okay, we'll go NCC.
Northeast is just one word.
Yeah.
Because all the fans that were chatting in yesterday kept saying NCC.
Okay, we'll call it NCC. As Hunt takes a pitch upstairs from Harry for a ball. The 1-0 coming up. Runner goes. Jeremy's throw too high, and another stolen base for the Hawks. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Harry now checking Smith over there at second. Here's a pitch, curveball in for a strike, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 coming up. Runner goes. JD can't come up with a throw to stop Smith, and Smith takes third. As a count, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I'm going to move this heater.
Swing and a miss. Tanner Hunt goes down on strikes, but 3 runs across for NCC. We've played 1.5. NCC 3, Larks nothing back after this. Why are you too hot?
My name is Molly Shervany, and both my parents and my older sister have gone to KU. It's kind of the thing we do, and that's what I was planning on too. But I loved the Heston College tour. I still remember my personal guide, Kimmy, and talking with all the art professors. At KU, I was in a huge group of students, and I didn't really get to see what I wanted. Heston College made it for me. Taking gen eds at Heston is helping me build a really strong foundation. I get individual attention and know my professors and everyone in my class. I like the personal relationships, and that's something that Heston offered that nowhere else did. With this foundation, I'll be ready to finish my major at KU. I'm currently a Heston Lark, but soon I'll be cheering Rock Chalk Jayhawk at KU.
I'm Roman Arnold from Dallas, Texas. I toured my dad's school, Texas A&M, and it really was beautiful, but it was huge. He talked about class sizes being over 100. I visited Heston as a baseball prospect and never looked back. I got the chance to be involved right away, not only on the field, but as a part of the community. Everybody knows each other on campus. We're really close-knit. And if you want faith to be a part of your athletic experience, no one does that better than Heston. I'm not worried about transferring. My advisor saw me out at least a half a dozen times the first semester just to make sure I was on the right track. I started as a Lark at Heston College, and I'm planning on transferring to a state school, Texas A&M. Giga Maggies.
And welcome back to Oswald Field here. Cooper Morgan stepping in, and he'll take a pitch in the dirt for a ball from Alex Fetters. Coop 7 for 19 on the season, 4 runs driven in, batting .368. And that one chopped on the ground, foul down the right side. And the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And Cooper, like a few of the other guys, is feeling a little under the weather, a little sniffly.
That's going around. I think Kansas might be the most infected state. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cooper fouls that one back. And there's a payoff pitch downstairs for the strike. Cooper caught looking. And there's one away. That brings up Joel Ogletree. Joel 6 for 14, 2 runs driven in, 3 doubles, and a .429 batting average, so half of his hits are for extra bases. Fetters deals, and Ogletree chops on the ground. In the hole through the third baseman, Sanders. Sanders was going back. Joel thinking too. Joel on his way to second with the double. Joel never slowed down. We'll give him the extra base hit. Sanders went back to play that ball, couldn't come up with it. And it has enough overspin, and Larks have their first hit of the contest, and then brings up catcher Jeremy Deckinger. JD 3 for 12, batting .250, 4 runs driven in though.
Oh, look, just like Dex hit yesterday.
Jeremy Deckinger, a private pilot working on his commercial license. And he says yet to take Jasmine anywhere. Although she said she'd go. Somewhere warm, right? That one downstairs from Fetters, missing, and the count 1 ball to Deck. 28 degrees, and the pitch too far outside. Nice stop by Walker. And they count 2 balls, no strikes to JD. JD lays off the fastball up by his hands, and they count 3 balls, no strikes. So I would guess that bat will be glued to his shoulder. That is a 4-pitch walk issued to Deckinger. And now Larks with a little something doing for shortstop Nick Platten. Nick had a pretty good day yesterday. Nick was set 3 for 7 with 3 runs driven in, 429 on the season, his first 2 games as a Lark. And that's going to bring a conference out to the mound. And Jasmine, I understand that Nick might be the most popular kid on campus just based on his accent.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, people think it's cool, but the most popular kid, it's probably me.
Oh, it's you?
He can be like second.
Second? Okay. So the second most popular kid.
Yeah. Well, he's just a friendly dude. He says hi to everyone on campus.
Yeah, he was desperately trying to come up here and be in the press box.
And be on air?
No, just hang out in the press box where it's warmer.
Oh. Yeah, he's got his little face mask thing on.
There's a lot of those face mask things on.
Yeah. I would suffocate.
Yeah, but we established yesterday you're scared of sleeping bags.
Yeah. We did already talk about that.
Fetters trying to work out of a jam with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Runners at first and second for the Larks. And the pitch downstairs in the dirt. Walker has to take his mask off to find it, and they count now 2 balls, no strikes. That's 6 straight balls from Fetters. And the lefty checking both runners one more time. He deals in a swing and a miss from Nick Platten. And they count 2 balls and 1 strike. Or 1 ball and 1 strike. Huh. The pitch from Fetters. Chopper back up the middle. Dumont steps on second, throw over in time. They're asking at home, did he have his foot on the bag? And they said yes. Awfully close. Nick grounding into a double play. And the Larks have their threat ended. We're back after this on the Lark Network.
How about water?
He was off.
Thank you.
Get in your mouth?
Yep. Why can't we figure this out?
Figure what out?
The music.
I'm greater than bullying.
I'm greater than greed.
I am greater than being content with just a Sunday faith.
My name is Molly Shervany, and both my parents and my older sister have gone to KU. It's kind of the thing we do. And that's what I was planning on too. But I loved the Heston College tour. I still remember my personal guide, Kimmy, and talking with all the art professors. At KU, I was in a huge group of students, and I didn't really get to see what I wanted. Heston College made it for me. Taking gen eds at Heston is helping me build a really strong foundation. I get individual attention and know my professors and everyone in my class. I like the personal relationships, and that's something that Heston offered that nowhere else did. With this foundation, I'll be ready to finish my major at KU. I'm currently a Heston Lark, but soon I'll be cheering Rock Chalk Jayhawk at KU.
And welcome back here as we go to the top of the third. Larks trail the Hawks 3-0. We're playing 1 7-inning game today, as the temperature is supposed to start dipping faster and faster. Harry out of the windup, and that one downstairs scoots back to the fence for a ball. Jasmine, during the break, was talking that she only had one class today.
Yep.
And the 1-0. That one's upstairs past Caleb Hartman. And the count now, 2 balls, no strikes.
Darren Oxford in the live chat asks, who is pitching for Northeast?
Alex Fetters. Fly ball on the infield. Nick trying to track it, calling for it, backing up, and Nick makes a play as that ball got up in the wind and started tailing away, but Nick tracks it down, and there's 1 out. That will bring up Brennan Bales. Bales grounded into an inning-ending double play in the first. And Harry finds that outside corner. And the count 0-1. That went downstairs. In the dirt. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Curve ball. That's hammered out to center field. Going back is Cooper. Cooper had a read on it. And there's 2 outs for NCC. That'll bring up Jared Morris. Morris struck out swinging his first at bat. Harry working quickly. That one's fouled back and over the press box.
Who's in right field?
That'd be Preston Judd. Roll Tide Preston Judd.
I wonder why they switched that up.
There's a line drive, base hit left field, and Morris aboard with the single. I'll bring up Dom Sanders. Sanders was caught looking in his first at bat. Check that. This will be Cale Lavick coming in for Sanders.
Is that what he was telling you?
Yeah. So Lavick coming in for Sanders here in the third. On the ground to Nick Platten. Platten comes up with it, throws over to Joel Ogletree. Nick a little surprised he had it for a second. The Larks force NCC to strand a run. We've played 2.5. Hawks 3, Larks 0. Back after this.
There is something greater than anything the world has to offer. Money, fame, fortune. It's finding meaning to your life, to find a purpose for living. And that's what we do at Heston College. We help people find that special calling, to find out what they were born to be and do, to figure out that purpose that's greater than themselves.
At Heston College, I really think about the logo as being centered to who we are. It's a greater than sign. It's an arrow. It's taking people places. And it's taking students beyond their worldview, beyond their comfort zones. It's about helping students be greater than themselves through an environment that is focused on Christ. I'm greater than thinking I can do this on my own.
I am greater than my fears.
I'm greater than bullying. I am greater than systems of oppression and confined ideas.
I'm greater than greed.
I am greater than being content with just a Sunday faith.
I'm greater than perfectionism.
So I'm greater than my former self.
At Heston College, I really think about the logo as being centered to who we are. It's a greater than sign. It's an arrow. It's taking people places.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field. Preston Judd to start things off here for the Larks in the bottom half of the third.
KT chatted in and said, listening from the training room, go Larks.
Okay. Preston swinging through the fastball. 0-1.
What's wrong? What's wrong with KT?
I don't know.
Oh.
Well, at least we know someone's watching on campus. The 0-1 coming up here from Fetters, Alex Fetters. His pitch, and that's low and in the dirt to Preston Judd. The count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Preston Judd has a target out there. I see there's a red Dodge Journey parked behind the right field fence, and I will give Preston money if he hits that.
How much money?
How about $20?
Did you say 20,000, Brad?
$20. My dad would not be happy. That's his vehicle out there.
Oh.
I don't know why he's sitting out there, but the 1-1 coming up. Too far outside, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike as the fastball misses very far away to Preston.
It's a neat little pile you got there of sunflower seeds.
The 2-1 coming up. Preston loops one foul, though, down the left field line, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You're like stacking them. Why? People just spit them out. He's pulling them out of his mouth, stacking them
At
up
least
like
he's
a
not
pyramid.
spitting them all over the floor. I appreciate that.
I guess.
The 2-2 coming up.
Fun fact about Jasmine, I'm allergic to sunflower seeds.
Are you really?
Mm-hmm.
That's too bad.
When I was a kid, I used to just suck on them and then spit them out and not eat like the inside part.
Preston swings and misses.
Because, I would die.
That's not good.
Yeah.
What else is Jasmine allergic to?
Pumpkin seeds, too.
Oh.
Like, I can't carve pumpkins without gloves on, otherwise my
Oh,
hands
really?
will, like, crack
Oh, wow.
and bleed. Yeah.
That's
and
a bad
I
deal.
obviously can't eat them. But
Well, yeah. Logan the Squirrel Dryden coming to bat with 1 out after Preston striking out. Fetters trying to make short work, has a 3-0 cushion. Only 1 hit for the Larks. And that one misses downstairs. Logan showed bunt and drew the third baseman, Lavick, in. And the 1-0 coming up from Fetters. Fetters comfortable out of the stretch. Logan the drag bunt down first base. Nobody there, and Logan's going to leg out the infield single. As Logan lays a perfect little push bunt down. Pushes it into no man's land where no one could be there, and that brings up Jonathan Law, the marshal. And John Law, going to Tarleton State next season, where he's supposed to be a dual guy, pitch 1 time a week and play a position and swing away. And John is in need of a base hit here. He's 0 for 1. Today, 0 for 2 for the series. And Fetters checking Logan over at first. Deals. And that pitch right there at the lower outside corner where it's been a strike for both squads all day. And the count 0-1. Fetters one more time. Comes set, deals, and paints that same spot. Both pitchers like that spot, and if you're a pitcher, you love that spot right there.
Mm-hmm.
And the count 0-2.
Roger, you've been a pitcher for like a week.
You got the pitcher's
But
mentality,
you're
you got
doing
it.
great.
The 0-2 coming up. Too high and away. And they count 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 guys who pitched yesterday up here in the booth with us. Mojo and Brad. And the 1-2. Jonathan Law. That is way back, and that is a foul ball. Just curled foul. And they count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Larks have played 7 games, Jasmine, have not hit a home run yet, and have only allowed 1.
Yep. I was off of Brad.
Oh, shots fired. Shots fired.
wasn't
The
even
1-2. John fouls it back to the fence and stays alive.
He was saying how we've only allowed 1 home run this season. It was off Hunter? I thought... Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. It was off Hunter.
Okay.
Sorry, Hunter. Still
The
love
1-2.
you.
The 1-2 coming up. Too far in. And that scoots past John Law. And Logan trots down to second on the wild pitch. And the count now, 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Marshall. We're going to try and figure out how to ground this properly.
I'm not going to try and figure out anything. We tried all season last year, so I give up. It's not you.
I know. It's a laptop. And the 2-2 coming up. Fetters checks, deals, too far outside. Walker throw back. Logan caught in trouble in a rundown. Dumont with it, tosses back, and Logan tagged out. He was caught as leaning a little bit. I think that went 2-4 to 5-1 to 4 on the putout.
I would have been really impressed if he made it.
Well, Logan was leaning just a little bit.
He's a
Walker
fast
came
dude,
up.
though.
Yeah, Walker came up and threw it, and he kind of slipped out there. And so the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. That's popped up a mile high on the infield. Bales underneath it, calling for it, moving in the wind, but steps over, makes a play. Larks go fairly quietly one more time. We've played 3 here. Hawks 3, Larks 0. Back after this.
My name is Molly Shervany, and both my parents and my older sister have gone to KU. It's kind of the thing we do. And that's what I was planning on too. But I loved the Heston College tour. I still remember my personal guide, Kimmy, and talking with all the art professors. At KU, I was in a huge group of students, and I didn't really get to see what I wanted. Heston College made it for me. Taking gen eds at Heston is helping me build a really strong foundation. I get individual attention and know my professors and everyone in my class. I like the personal relationships, and that's something that Heston offered that nowhere else did. With this foundation, I'll be ready to finish my major at KU. I'm currently a Heston Lark, but soon I'll be cheering Rock Chalk Jayhawk at KU.
I'm Roman Arnold from Dallas, Texas. I toured my dad's school, Texas A&M, and it really was beautiful, but it was huge. He talked about class sizes being over 100. I visited Heston as a baseball prospect and never looked back. I got the chance to be involved right away, not only on the field, but as a part of the community. Everybody knows each other on campus. We're really close-knit. And if you want faith to be a part of your athletic experience, no one does that better than Heston. I'm not worried about transferring. My advisor saw me out at least a half a dozen times the first semester just to make sure I was on the right track. I started as a Lark at Heston College, and I'm planning on transferring to a state school, Texas A&M. Giga Maggies.
Back here to Oswald Field on the campus of Heston College.
Oh, is that where we are?
Yeah. Big curve by Harry, misses upstairs. Jasmine and Mojo talking about Texas. Been there several times.
Good for you.
Yeah. There's a chopper foul left side, although they do have good shrimp down there.
Did you say it's the greatest country in the world? Spoken like a true Texan.
Very much so, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, if you're a fan of the Larks, a fan of the Hawks, Texas, here's the 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. Walker not cheated on that swing.
Got a tweet from Chris Platten. Hi, Jasmine. The Platten's enjoying another early morning in Adelaide, Australia, listening. Hot and 35 degrees. Go
oh my goodness.
Larks. Thanks for tuning in.
That one fouled back to the fence, 35, round about 110 Fahrenheit.
I wonder if he saw my picture.
Well, we'll find out.
I'll just send it to him. How about that?
Okay. The 1-2 coming up. As here's the deal. That's fouled back into the Campus Activity Center. Bounces all the way back, almost up here. Takes a bounce. And almost takes out Haley Unruh.
She'll live.
She's a volleyball player. She's tough. The 1-2 coming up. Fouled back to the fence. More foul balls here by Walker. And Kyle Howell running over to pick up a baseball. The 1-2 on the way. Big curveball line drive, right back up the middle base hit for Walker. Walker took enough off the swing and punched that ball out into center field for the base knock. 7 hits so far for NCC. And that brings up Donovan Warren. Warren reached on an error. He's 0 for 1, but did score a run. Jasmine, I have to tell you that yesterday, Chloe Howell heard us wish her happy birthday. She was very excited about that. That went upstairs. Warren showed bunt. John Law charging in. That pitch high. And they count 1 ball.
I wonder if they're listening right now. If they are, I better be invited to her birthday party.
The 1-0 coming up.
Also,
he does offer at it, and they count 1 ball, 1 strike. Pardon?
I said I also want to know what the birthday party theme is.
Princesses.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I want to go.
The 1-1 coming up. Harry working from the stretch with a runner on board. Tosses over, leadoff runner on aboard now for NCC. Lark Network will be back in action Valentine's Day with a video stream of basketball.
Against who?
I believe that's KCK.
That sounds right.
That bunt fouled back to the fence, and they count 1-2. I think it's KCK in the last 2 of the season are Labette and Johnson County.
Fort Scott tomorrow.
At Fort Scott. Bunt laid down perfectly. Harry only has 1 play. He'll go to first. Tosses over. A nice little sacrifice by Warren. Gets Walker into scoring position. 3:54 is the time. Game started a little bit before 3, so moving right along as we're in the top of the 4th. NCC on top, 3-0. Glad you guys are along for the audio feed. Harry checking that runner 1 more time. Coming, set, and deals. Big curveball drops in, stays high. And they count 1 ball.
KT also agrees that Texas is the greatest country in the world. And Brad said I need to go to KT's part of Texas.
The 1-0 coming up.
Guess I'm going with KT over spring break.
That one popped straight up and out of play.
Is there beaches? No. Well, then. That's what I've heard. But I mean.
Been there.
Pass.
The 1-1 coming up. I just want to go eat at.
I just want to go to the place where Friday Night Lights was filmed.
That's in West Texas. The 1-1 coming up.
That's where Dylan,
or the book was.
By Dylan and Heath.
Yeah. Curveball over for a strike from Harry.
There's a book.
Friday Night Lights.
What?
That's what it's based on.
I didn't know that.
I've got it.
There's a show in the book, or there's a show in a movie.
They were also based on the book.
Okay, give me the book.
The 1-2 coming up. I'll get you the book.
This is my favorite show ever. They took it off Netflix.
That one downstairs. JD backs away. It was 1988.
Dang.
When the book was written. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes. So KT and I are supposed to have a rib off.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I think you're going to lose. No offense.
That's fine. You can think what you want. The 2-2 coming up. Fly ball center field. Cooper going back, camping underneath it. Throwing down, trying to get the runner, but Nickel cut it off. Throw in, and not in time. As Dumont flies out to center field. Walker moves down to third with 2 outs for Drew Smith.
KT's username on Snapchat is literally Grill Master.
Well, when he wants to learn some things, I'll teach him.
What? Oh, okay. So all of KT's success goes to you, Brad.
Harry delivers the first pitch to Drew Smith. Is in the dirt for a ball. The 1-0 coming up.
Wow.
Yes.
I can move this wherever I want. Let's put it right there. Fancy.
And the count, 2 balls, no strikes here to Drew Smith. Big curve. Catches the blank for a strike. Smith thinking that was outside. Wind blowing straight out to right field.
Sure I can make this bigger.
And there's a pitch right at the bottom corner of the zone for strike 2. Count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one too far, too low. And the count 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. On the ground at John Law. Law scoops it up, throws across, and in time over to Joel Ogletree. Nice play by the Marshal to get Smith. And the Larks force NCC to strand a runner. We've played 3.5. Hawks 3, Larks 0. Back after this.
I'm Roman Arnold from Dallas, Texas. I toured my dad's school, Texas A&M, and it really was beautiful, but it was huge. He talked about class sizes being over 100. I visited Heston as a baseball prospect and never looked back. I got the chance to be involved right away, not only on the field, but as a part of the community. Everybody knows each other on campus. We're really close-knit. And if you want faith to be a part of your athletic experience, no one does that better than Heston. I'm not worried about transferring. My advisor saw me out at least a half a dozen times the first semester just to make sure I was on the right track. I started as a Lark at Heston College, and I'm planning on transferring to a state school, Texas A&M. Giga Maggies.
I don't remember. I looked it up and it's in the summer.
Probably in Midland where it was.
My name is Molly Shervany, and both my parents and my older sister have gone to KU. It's kind of the thing we do. And that's what I was planning on too. But I loved the Heston College tour. I still remember my personal guide, Kimmy, and talking with all the art professors. At KU, I was in a huge group of students, and I didn't really get to see what I wanted. Heston College made it for me. Taking gen eds at Heston is helping me build a really strong foundation. I get individual attention and know my professors and everyone in my class. I like the personal relationships, and that's something that Heston offered that nowhere else did. With this foundation, I'll be ready to finish my major at KU. I'm currently a Heston Lark, but soon I'll be cheering Rock Chalk Jayhawk at KU.
And welcome back. Got an email here from Stephen B. Ryan. They said, go Larks, win this one. From Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Ryans. And that one misses outside to Josh Stivers. The 1-0 coming up. That one just a little bit too far outside from Fetters. And the count 2 balls, no strikes to Stivers. Josh 0 for 1 as he popped out to the catcher in the first inning. And the pitch. Stivers fouls it back to the fence. The top of the fence, and the count now moves 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 now as Fetters works from the stretch. The pitch, the deals. Stivers a line drive, but that will hang up there, and Hunt doesn't have to move a whole lot. And the out is recorded on the fly out to left. And Josh hit that right on the screws, but right at Hunt out there in left field. That brings up Kalen Haynes.
Lefty. He had a bunch of clutch plays yesterday.
Yeah.
Pitching and hitting.
And Kalen looks at the first pitch downstairs in the dirt. With Kalen Haynes, Joel Ogletree, Hunter Reinberger, Josh Stivers, and Ryan Morrissey, Kyle Howell said, if worst comes to worst, we'll go to an offensive line and just run the ball.
You know what? I would not be upset.
The 1-0, and Kalen on the ground of the second baseman as Morris tosses over to Bales, and there's 2 away. That brings up Cooper Morgan. As we're in the 4th inning. And for the Larks to make postseason, Jasmine, they have to go 500 or better against NJCAA competition.
Mm-hmm.
Last season, mathematically eliminated, unfortunately, by March 26th.
Mm-hmm. I do remember that.
Fetters deals, and Cooper looks at a ball low. For NCC, they'll end up in a tournament in Region 11 of some type.
So each region can decide how they want to do it, or
Yeah.
what?
Well, there's one team in.
Flip a coin?
As that one is over for a strike, and the count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. If you have 2 teams, you play a series. If there's 3, there's a double elimination format, and so on and so forth. Since there's only 1 in Region 6 in Division 2, Heston, they have to go 500 or better as that pitch misses outside to Cooper. And the count 2 balls, 1 strike.
This is random, but did you hear that the KCAC is getting a new team next year?
Avila.
Yeah.
I knew that already.
How is that going to work with 13 teams?
Who knows? The 2-1 coming up. And that's on the ground at Morris. Morris plays the hop at second base, flips over to Bales at first, and the Larks go very quietly 1-2-3. We've played 4, NCC 3, Heston College 0. We'll be back on the Shark Network.
I'm greater than bullying.
I'm greater than greed.
I am greater than being content with just a Sunday faith.
The RN to BSN program offers hybrid courses scheduled to promote life balance and also offers a special RN to BSN tuition program. Heston College provides the education and personal attention expected of a top private school at a cost comparable to public institutions. 100% of students who applied for financial aid received aid.
After classroom and clinicals, the ultimate goal is passing the RN licensure exam and getting a job. 98% of Heston College's 1,600 graduates have achieved a RN licensure. Graduates are well respected in the healthcare industry with a great record of job placement. My employer loves hiring Heston graduates and recruits them every spring.
Be a part of the tradition of caring as a Heston College BSN student. Learn more about the Heston College nursing program today.
What? Yes, back.
And welcome back to Oswald Field. Top of the 5th, Tanner Hunt coming to bat for the Hawks. Hawks have a 4.5-hour bus ride back into the frozen tundra of northern Nebraska. And Tanner Hunt fouls it back and out of play.
Chris Platten tweeted in and said, Jasmine, yes, thanks, got the photo of the 2 Aussie boys. We'll need to work on your Aussie accent. It is pretty terrible. I can just do the Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss by Hunt, and Hunt now quickly behind 0-2 on the breaking ball from Harry Park. Harry getting a sign, wanting to work quickly out of the windup, dealing. And that one bounces in front of the plate, and they count 1 ball, 2 strikes. They did ask if Tanner Hunt went. The first base umpire saying no, he did not on the appeal and the check down. And they count 1-2.
An update on the softball team. They won both, 14-3 in the first, 13-2 in the second.
Okay.
They won the first in 5. Wait, we won in 5 the first. We went all 7 innings.
Okay.
Yeah. So, good day for softball.
And the 1-2 delivery from Harry Park. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Tanner Hunt frozen. He goes down looking. That's Harry's 4th strikeout, 2 of which were looking. And that brings up designated hitter Caleb Hartman. Clouds starting to just get a little thicker. And the curveball over for a strike to Hartman. Wind still blowing out. Big curve drops in again for Harry. Harry's been working that curve all day so far, and it's 0-2. That one too far outside.
What?
The 1-2, swing and a miss. In the dirt, JD tosses down to Joel. And Hartman retired on the swing, and then the 2-3 put out. That brings up Brendan Bales. Bales 0 for 2 in this game. And here's the pitch. In for another strike on the curveball. And Harry working that big hook. The 0-1. Fastball on the ground. Nick, a backhand stop on the lip. Nick comes up throwing across the body. Scoop by Joel. Can't come up with it. That goes towards the dugout. Going to second. Throw up to Nick. Nick can't come up with it. And Bales gets to second. As the Larks commit the error. And that brings up Jared Morris, second baseman. Second error today charged to Nick. As Harry working from the stretch. That fastball a little bit high, 1 ball. The 1-0 coming up. Big curve. That one drops too far down. And they count 2 balls, no strikes. And the 2-0 coming up from Harry out of the stretch. Fastball, that's a fly ball. Shallow left field. Stivers coming on, trying to make the play, going back in the wind, and makes a somewhat of a circus catch as he has to go back and make that, but the Larks force NCC to strand a runner. We've played 4.5. Hawks 3, Larks 0. Back after this.
Earn your Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree at Heston College and become part of their 50-year tradition of outstanding nursing education. Located just 30 minutes north of Wichita, Heston College is a small, Christ-centered private college that provides state-of-the-art training for tomorrow's caregivers. The nursing program has maintained accreditation throughout its 50-year history, and 3 tracks offer you the BSN program you need to meet your goals, whether you are just starting out or building upon your previous education. The RN to BSN program offers hybrid courses scheduled to promote life balance, and also offers a special RN to BSN tuition program.
Small class size allows Heston College faculty to get to know and genuinely care for each student. A rigorous, holistic nursing curriculum provides practical hands-on experience in our active simulation lab. You will also gain real-world caregiving experience ranging from neonatal to geriatric and well-respected regional clinical agencies.
From my first contact with Heston College, I could feel the caring atmosphere. The nursing faculty made me feel at home. They walked me through the curriculum, and now as a student, they regularly check in on my life, my family, and my success.
Heston College provides the education and personal attention expected of a top private school.
And welcome back to Oswald Field. As we're in the bottom of the fifth, Larks trail 3-0. Joe Ogletree coming to bat for the Larks. Joel doubled his first at bat. Has one of the 2 hits for Heston College. And Joel digging in. Joel takes a strike from Fetters. And the count on 1. Fetters dealing. His curveball drifts too far down inside. Tried the backdoor breaking ball. And the count 1-1. Players starting to dance a little more out there, trying to stay warm. The 1-1 coming up. Looks like Fetters overthrew it just a little bit, bouncing in front of the plate and back to the fence. And they count 2 balls and a strike. And the 2-1 coming up. Too far outside. That one squirts back to the fence. They count 3 balls and a strike to Joel.
Christopher Dawson chatting and saying, good thing about being 4 hours behind Central Time Zone, can keep up with the boys. Good luck to the Larks from Hawaii.
Probably a little warmer in Hawaii from former assistant coach Chris Dawson. And 3-1 coming up.
I'm super jealous.
Swing and a miss for Joel, and the count now is full, 3-2. Payoff pitch. Joel lines out, I guess. I didn't even see that Levac made the play down there. At third, hot shot, and that brings 1 out. That brings up Jeremy Deckinger. Deck reached on a walk as he looks at the curveball. That stays too far outside from Fetters. And the 1-0 coming up. Fetters deals. That big breaking ball stays outside. And they count 2 balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss for JD, and the count 2 balls, 1 strike. That ball rolls back to the fence. Nick Platten on deck, 1 away here, bottom of 5. Larks trailing 3-0. Deckinger lifts it to right center field. That's going to be trouble. That's getting to the gap. And JD's on his way to second with the double. That ball just got up in the wind and headed out to right center. JD aboard with the double. Second extra base hit for the Larks. Just the 3rd hit of the game. That brings up Nick Platten. Nick grounded into double play, his first at bat. So Fetters will work. Looks like we've got a little action out there in the bullpen for Northeast Community College. Nick shoots one, and that one is foul down the right side. I've seen the ball hit the lip and bounce fair from there. That one just hit in the green instead of the dirt. And the count 0-1 to Nick. Nick taps it, and that one is a slow roller down first base, and that will stay in foul territory. Nick quickly behind 0-2. In the fifth of this single game. One moving right along. Fly ball center field. Warren going back and makes the play. And that brings up Preston Judd.
Roll Tide.
Jasmine, now a fan of the Alabama's Crimson Tide.
No, not now. Say that like it's recent.
Well, it's been somewhat recent.
I mean, it wasn't the day I was born recent.
Florida first, then Bama? Is that what we've decided?
You know what? I'm not going to go over this with you again. I've already explained it.
Preston Judd.
I don't have to explain anything to you.
Yeah, you do. I think you should.
My logic makes sense.
Preston, healthy swing of the first pitch he sees, but swings right through it. He's quickly behind with a strike. Fetters making sure everyone's positioned, the lefty. Coming set from the stretch. Swing and a miss by Preston again, and he's quickly behind 0-2 on two low fastballs from Fetters. Will not be surprised if we see a backdoor breaking ball on the 0-2. Preston on the ground of the shortstop. Dumont, the throw across. Bales makes a play, and the Larks go strand a runner after the double by Deckinger. We've played 5. Larks trail 3-0 back after this.
The RN to BSN program offers hybrid courses scheduled to promote life balance and also offers a special RN to BSN tuition program. Heston College provides the education and personal attention expected of a top private school at a cost comparable to public institutions. 100% of students who applied for financial aid received aid.
After classroom and clinicals, the ultimate goal is passing the RN licensure exam and getting a job. 98% of Heston College's 1,600 graduates have achieved a RN licensure. Graduates are well respected in the healthcare industry with a great record of job placement. My employer loves hiring Heston graduates and recruits them every spring.
Be a part of the tradition of caring as a Heston College BSN student. Learn more about the Heston College nursing program today.
At Heston College, I really think about the logo as being centered to who we are. It's a greater than sign. It's an arrow. It's taking people places. And it's taking students beyond their worldview, beyond their comfort zones. It's about helping students be greater than themselves through an environment that is focused on Christ.
There is something greater than anything the world has to offer. Money, fame.
Didn't deserve that, Mojo. You did not deserve that at all.
Did.
He didn't. I'm on Mojo's side. For now. Don't screw up, though. And welcome back here to Oswald Field. Looks like we've got a defensive change out there in center field. I'm not sure who they brought in. Harry working. And Harry finds the bottom corner of the zone. The count evens up at a 1-1 strike. First pitch a ball, second pitch a strike. Tipped back in the glove. Lavick 0 for 1. Now he's behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. And Lavitt goes down. 5th strikeout for Harry. That'll bring up the catcher, Bryce Walker. Walker 2 for 2 with a pair of singles today.
And we keep mentioning for people to give us a shout out on Twitter, but you can go ahead and follow us on Twitter while you're over there too for updates on all HC athletics.
You can follow Jasmine too.
Yeah, while you're at it.
Or me. Either one of us.
No, just me. You don't need to follow Rusty.
Wow, that's hurtful.
My tweets are actually funny and sophisticated and classy.
Harry misses away to Walker, and they count 1 ball. Two balls, excuse me. On the ground at Nick. Nick plays off the hop, throws over to Joel, and Joel stretches up and makes a grab. There's 2 away now.
David Berzin's where?
Oh, they switch out Nick. Okay, sorry. That's Berzin's at short?
Okay. They're wearing the same thing.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
The same face mask.
So Berzin's makes that play.
I guess I didn't see Nick's flow of hair, so I should have known.
You couldn't with the mask. That's a hot shot on the ground past John Law into the left field corner. Warren thinking 2. He'll be on his way to second. Pull up easily with the looping double.
That's just a tough spot.
It was. Thomas Kellner heading out to talk to Harry after surrendering the double. 8th hit in the contest for NCC. We said David Berzin's into play at short. As there are 2 outs with a runner on second base here for Christian Dumont. Dumont fly ball right field, hanging up there in the wind. Preston Judd, long run, trying to make a play off the wall. It's going to drop in. Dumont thinking 3, and Dumont coming into third with the triple. And another run scored for Northeast as Warren off to the races. Preston had a long run to make, couldn't come up with it. Off the fence, and Dumont has his second run driven in and a triple for the freshman shortstop. And they're intentionally walking Drew Smith.
Why? Oh.
I'm not sure. But Smith was 1 for 2, but they did intentionally walk Drew Smith to get to Tanner Hunt. So another run across here for NCC. Tanner Hunt's 1 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. He looks at a ball downstairs in the dirt from Harry. Runners at the corners.
It's impressive, kind of.
Throwback. Almost caught. Smith leaning. And the 1-0 coming up. Harry out of the stretch, the pitch. That's a tapper fouled back towards the Lark dugout. And the count evens at a ball and a strike. Sun disappearing, and with it goes the temperature. Big curve stays upstairs, and the count 2 balls, 1 strike to Hunt. Harry wants to go through some signs one more time. Gets what he likes. Throw back. As Harry trying to do as much as he can to get the bullpen ready. Here in the 5th, trailing 4-0. The 2-1. Comes inside, got away from Harry, and Hunt is hit.
How fast was that going? 77? That must have hurt a little bit.
And the cold Caleb Hartman coming up. That's going to close the book on Harry. And we'll take a break, and we'll be right back here on the Lark Network.
Earn your Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree at Heston College and become part of their 50-year tradition of outstanding nursing education. Located just 30 minutes north of Wichita, Heston College is a small, Christ-centered private college that provides state-of-the-art training for tomorrow's caregivers. The nursing program has maintained accreditation throughout its 50-year history, and 3 tracks offer you the BSN program you need to meet your goals, whether you are just starting out or building upon your previous education. The RN to BSN program offers hybrid courses scheduled to promote life balance and also offers a special RN to BSN tuition program.
Small class size allows Heston College faculty to get to know and genuinely care for each student. A rigorous, holistic nursing curriculum provides practical hands-on experience in our active simulation lab. You will also gain real-world caregiving experience ranging from neonatal to geriatric and well-respected regional clinical agencies.
From my first contact with Heston College, I could feel the caring atmosphere. The nursing faculty made me feel at home. They walked me through the curriculum, and now as a student, they regularly check in on my life, my family, and my success.
Heston College provides the education and personal attention expected of a top private school at a cost comparable to public institutions. 100% of students who applied for financial aid received aid.
After classroom and clinicals, the ultimate goal is passing the RN licensure exam and getting a job. 98% of Heston College's 1,600 graduates have achieved a RN licensure. Graduates are well respected in the healthcare industry with a great record of job placement. My employer loves hiring Heston graduates and recruits them every spring.
Be a part of the tradition of caring as a Heston College BSN student. Learn more about the Heston College nursing program today.
And now pitching for the Larks, Kentaro Sekira, also known as Kenny, which is a lot closer to his name than Bob's name. So Kenny the lefty coming in, and he'll pitch against Caleb Hartman. Harry works 5 2/3, but the base is loaded here. Larks trailing 4-0. Larks with only 3 hits. And here comes Caleb Hartman. So the bases are loaded.
Yeah.
Kenny's pitch. And the curveball over for the strike. And the count 0-1 to Hartman. Bases are loaded. Kenny checking the runners, dealing. Fastball fouled back towards the campus activity center. And the count quickly 0-2. The 0-2. Big curve ball misses outside. And you're trying to sneak in the backdoor breaking ball. And JD heading out to talk to Kenny. Wants to run through the signs one more time.
Is that still Deck, the catcher?
Yep. I think so, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're welcome.
So the 1-2 coming up. Kenny's pitch. Line drive out in the gap. That's going to be trouble. 1 run coming in, a second on its way. Hartman into first with a single, a 2-run single by Caleb Hartman. Those runs, unfortunately, will be charged to Harry.
Why?
Because they came on base when Harry was pitching. So they're technically Harry's responsibility.
I see.
And a 2-run single brings it to 6-0 for the Hawks.
That's stupid.
Brennan Bales coming to bat. And Kenny misses inside and low to Bales. 1 ball.
Who invented baseball?
Abner Doubleday.
Excuse me, what? Is he American?
Yeah. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. They count 1 ball, 1 strike.
Strike.
A pitch fouled back. Jasmine?
Yes.
I got that stupid Snapchat update.
Ha 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 ha.
The 1-2 coming up.
Kylie said there's a way to make your old one come back, but it's like
line drive out
hard.
to right field, dropping in front of Preston. It'll be a base hit. A 1 run coming in.
Oh, goodness.
Preston can't come up with a throw. The throw coming in, and they're going to tag Brandon Bales out, but he does knock in a run. 7-2 for the score. 4 come across for the boys from Nebraska. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Larks trail 7-4. Back after this.
The RN to BSN program offers hybrid courses scheduled to promote life balance and also offers a special RN to BSN tuition program. Heston College provides the education and personal attention expected of a top private school at a cost comparable to public institutions. 100% of students who applied for financial aid received aid.
After classroom and clinicals, the ultimate goal is passing the RN licensure exam and getting a job. 98% of Heston College's 1,600 graduates have achieved a RN licensure. Graduates are well respected in the healthcare industry with a great record of job placement. My employer loves hiring Heston graduates and recruits them every spring.
Be a part of the tradition of caring as a Heston College BSN student. Learn more about the Heston College nursing program today.
They can't even read the score because it's such a bad color.
That's because their color's supposed to be black.
Yeah, well then you can't see it because the words are black.
Well.
No, I've been kind of busy.
And welcome back here to Oswald Field. As we are in the bottom of the 6th, Logan Dryden, John Law, and Josh Stivers all due up for the Larks. Larks have to get something going. They trail 7-0.
There we go.
And there's a hot shot. First pitch swinging by Logan Dryden into the right field corner. Logan on his way to second, thinking 3. Smith having trouble coming up with it. And Logan all the way in. A stand-up triple for Logan. Smith had trouble coming up with a play, and Logan is all the way around 270 feet. And he needs a little bit of a breather for John Law as Logan gets to third. John Law 0 for 2.
I'm busy.
And 1 for 10 on the season.
There we go.
Just the 4th hit of the game for Heston College. Fetters deals, and John swing and a miss.
Perfect.
Well done.
Oh, thanks.
The 0-1 coming up to the Marshall. And John swings right through it. He's quickly behind 0-2. So the 0-2 pitch from Alex Fetters. And John fouls it back and stays alive. Outfield playing John to pull as Warren has shifted more towards left center field. Hunt is almost straight away in left. Pretty big gap out there in right center for the Marshall. And the 0-2. John fly ball way back, and that is going to be up at the wall, caught on the warning track, but it will get a run home. As Hunt makes the play, John Law sack fly, and the Larks are on the board. I thought that had a shot at getting out of here. But the play made.
The wind blowing?
Wind is blowing out to right field. So that one into left, and that was caught one step on the warning track by Hunt. The Larks on the board, 1 out for Josh Stivers.
Right.
Fetters deals and just misses outside to Stivers.
Josh Stivers.
The 1-0 coming up. Outside corner catching the black for the strike, and the count now evens 1 ball, 1 strike. Josh 0 for 2. Fouls it off towards where the old visitors' bullpen used to be. That ball rolls all the way towards the fence. And the count moves 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fetters getting his sign from his catcher, Walker. Likes what he sees. And deals. Fastball upstairs. And the count moves 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind picking up a little bit, it looks like. Changeup stays outside, and the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. Josh, a base rip laser beam through the hole on the left side. And Josh aboard. That brings up Kalen Haynes. Quick mound conference coming up. I'll talk about what they want to do with Kalen. Kalen 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs. Kalen Haynes getting his last second instructions from head coach Kyle Howell. Kyle had to reach up to tap Kalen on the batting helmet, say, go get him. The umpire's having a quick little discussion.
How do you know that's what he said?
I can tell.
Fake news.
Something happening with the home plate ump, and Fetter's still on the mound. Kalen coming to bat. They're double checking something.
What is going on?
I'm not sure what's going on.
Oh, this is fun.
They checked something. The home plate umpire and the field ump talked something over. Head coach Marcus Clapp came out, talked something over. I don't know what the anything could be. There hasn't been any substitutions. Kalen over here, he's due up. It led off with Logan. Logan tripled. John Loss sacrifice fly and then a base hit by Stivers. That's where we stand with one out. And Josh over first base. Kalen in the batter's box. And that pitch misses. Is a strike at the knees. I see there was action in the NCC bullpen, but now not so much. The 1-0. Kalen fly ball up in the wind on the right side. Could be trouble, but coming on, Dumont makes a play. Christian Dumont tracked that ball. Long run for Dumont. And there's now 2 away for Cooper Morgan. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
Whoa.
And that pitch missing downstairs. 1 ball to Coop. There's a strike right at the letters. Fetters working quickly and count even at a ball and a strike. That went too far outside, and the count 2-0.
You said there was a strike.
2-1, excuse me. Yeah, there was 2-1. That one fouled back to the fence off the end of the bat, and the count now even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I don't know who you're holding your fingers out for. Nobody's looking at you.
They've got it right now. And they count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. Cooper goes down looking. And Larks get 1 back, but with work to do as we'll head to the top of the 7th. Larks trail 7-1 back after this.
I had the inning wrong.
Okay.
There is something greater than anything the world has to offer. Money, fame, fortune. It's finding meaning to your life, to find a purpose for living. And that's what we do at Heston College. We help people find that special calling, to find out what they were born to be and do, to figure out that purpose that's greater than themselves.
At Heston College, I really think about the logo as being centered to who we are. It's a greater than sign. It's an arrow. It's taking people places. And it's taking students beyond their worldview, beyond their comfort zones. It's about helping students be greater than themselves through an environment that is focused on Christ. I'm greater than thinking I can do this on my own.
I am greater than my fears.
I'm greater than bullying. I am greater than systems of oppression and confined ideas.
I'm greater than greed.
I am greater than being content with just a Sunday faith.
I'm greater than perfectionism.
So I'm greater than my former self.
Where is she in here? Huh?
And welcome back here to Oswald Field. Hunter Reinberger coming to pitch. Hunter's pitched a third of an inning so far.
Do you want this?
Allowed a hit, a run, an earned run, and a home run. Has an ERA of 27. A chance to cut into that right here. Hunter has a fastball and a breaking ball. Around about 84 to 87. He's one of the three amigos with KT and Jacob out of the pen, according to Coach Kyle. Kylie Brenneman's made her way up here.
Hi, Kylie.
Hi, Kylie.
Bye, Kylie.
Bye, Kylie. And Kylie's tired of us already.
Probably you.
Why is everything my fault?
Just logic. Just makes sense.
Jared Morris coming to bat here in the top of the seventh for NCC. Hawks lead the Larks 7-1. Hunter coming in. And Hunter, first pitch is a strike to Morris, I mean. Fly ball lifted towards center field. Long run for Cooper. Cooper makes a play, goes back, bobbles it for just a second, but comes up with it. And that'll bring up Kale Lavick. The 0-1. Line drive hit a ton out there to left field. Off of the fence. Lavac on his way to second. And he will slip in for the double. Kale Lavac with a double. 1 for 3 in this contest. And Bryce Walker, the catcher, coming in.
Stop.
Hunter working out of the stretch here. And that pitch gets away from Hunter inside. And they count 1 ball to Walker. On the ground, past a diving David Burzen's base hit. Stivers can't come up with another run coming in, as Josh overran that. Walker with a single and an RBI. And it's 8-1 Hawks. As Donovan Ward coming to bat. Ward's 1 for 2, doubled, laid a sacrifice bunt down, and reached on an error. He scored a pair of runs. That's a mile-high pop-up. Long run for Cooper. Cooper then calls it off and makes a play. 2 outs. For Christian Dumont.
Cooper's playing well for not feeling well.
Yeah.
Better than I would be. Can warm up in here.
So Hunter working here out of the stretch with a runner aboard and 2 outs. Here's the pitch, curveball downstairs. And the count, 1 ball. As Dumont standing in. Hunter deals curveball, stays upstairs. And the count 2 now, 2 balls and no strikes to Dumont. Dumont tripled in his last at bat. 3 for 4 on the day with a pair of runs driven in and a pair of runs scored. He's had himself a good opening series to his collegiate baseball career. That pitch stays upstairs and the count 3 balls, no strikes. More action in the bullpen for the Larks.
Who is that in the bullpen? Who is that?
And the
3-0
breaks in for a strike.
No, I'm kind of busy. No. Oh, boy. Okay. Oh.
Chris Slaybaugh stepping in here, who lost in a pickup game to Clay Stoffler.
Are you staying here?
The 3-1 on the way. Getting by JD, ball 4. Walker trots down to first. Thought about going to third.
Okay, I'll come up there. This is the last
And that brings up Drew Smith. And 2 on, 2 outs here for the Hawks. As Hunter checks both runners, deals, comes inside, and JD can't come up with it. Both runners move up 90 feet on the wild pitch. And that might close the book on Hunter, and he comes up a little bit gimpy.
Yeah, he said his arm was hurting him yesterday.
Well, we'll take a break and come back as they're bringing in the reliever.
Yes, we're back, question mark.
I think so. And I think we're back. If we are, we'd love to see you guys let us know. We had a stream error in the live chat. Text us, email us, tweet to us if we're back. Well,
Wait a minute. Ah! I got it.
Andrew Huckabee coming in to pitch here for the Larks.
Great, all my hard work for nothing. Why is this not overlaying?
There it is. As 2 on and 2 outs here in the top of the 7th, 1 run across, and this is Drew Smith. Smith was intentionally walked his last at bat. Loops one out there in the gap. That's going to be trouble. 1 run in, a second on the heels. And Smith with a single, a 2-run single. And it's 10-1 as the Larks trail here in the top of the 7th. What's the matter? Three runs across here for the Hawks, and Tanner Hunt takes ball 1 from Andrew Huckabee. The 1-0 in the dirt. And they count 2 balls and no strikes to Hunt. Nice work, Jasmine, getting us back.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know if we are back audio-wise. But
Well, I think so.
That's good.
It says the main audio is right there, so it looks like we are that way. And the 2-0 coming up. Swing and a miss from Hunt. Snap throw back to first base. Smith gets there in time. That one too far outside. The count is 3 balls and 1 strike here to Smith from Huckabee. Andrew, his pitch fouled back to the fence, and the count now full 3 balls, 2 strikes. Huck checking Hunt over there. And he'll deal. Swing and a miss. That's fouled, though. We still remain full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one gets by JD. Runner going. John Law can't come up with a throw as Smith goes to third as the ball got back to the fence. And now runners at the corners for designated hitter Caleb Hartman with 2 outs. Looks like they're bringing in Colin King to hit in place of Hartman. So Colin King coming in to hit for Hartman. And Andrew Huckabee, outside corner for a strike to King. King played first base in Game 2 yesterday. 1 for 2, hit by a pitch, doubled, drove in a run, drew a walk, and struck out. As he looks to pitch upstairs, and the count now 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 coming out. And that misses outside, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike.
It's the bottom of the, it's the top of the 7th.
Top
right?
of the 7th, yes.
I forgot to change the thing.
Huckabee deals. Outside corner for the strike, and count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss by King, and King goes down. But 3 more runs across for the boys from Nebraska. 10-1 the score. Hawks on top of Larks. We're back after this on the Lark Network.
Just turn the sound off.
And welcome back to Oswald Field. Bottom of the 7th we go. Joe Ogletree to lead things off. Larks with a lot of work to do, and coming to pitch, Dylan Nicholson for the Hawks. And that fastball inside to Joel bounces back to the fence. 1 ball.
Maybe their work cut out for him a little bit in this inning.
Yeah, they got to score 9 to keep playing.
Mm-hmm.
And the 1-0 stays upstairs to Joel on the count 2 balls, no strikes. Joel chops 1 foul towards the bullpen. And the count 2 balls, 1 strike to Joel, who signed with the College of the Ozarks
this week.
Yeah, and has the best giggle on campus.
Mm-hmm.
It's a treat to hear Joel giggling. The 2-1. Popped up a mile high. Dumont calling over and then coming up. Can't come up with it, and that bounces in front of Lavick. No one gets a hand on that, and that ball will drop for a 97-foot base hit. They're going to charge it an error.
Teresa, can you hand me that thing you're stepping on? Thank you.
That brings up Deck. Sun found a hole in the clouds.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
That one too far inside to Deckinger from Nicholson. And the 1-0 coming up. Again, too far inside. And the count 2 balls, no strikes. That one stays too high from Nicholson. The count 3-0 now to Jeremy Deckinger. Yes.
Joel's significant other Snapchatting in and saying he does have the cutest giggle, doesn't he?
That one gets by the catcher Walker. Who's Joel's significant other?
Jordan, softball player Jordan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. They won today. 2 games.
Omar Aguilar coming to bat for the Larks. And Omar his first
Panama.
Yeah, went to the same high school as former Lark Pietro Oliva.
Mm-hmm.
Omar's first plate appearance this season.
The day he signed to come to Heston, it was my last day in Panama City. I went to Panama this summer. And so I saw it on Twitter, and I looked at him, and I was like, oh, he's from Panama City. What are the odds?
A couple quick words to Nicholson. I see some players running out to the bullpen. And Omar digging in. Lots of movement with the bat and Omar. And that's on the ground at the third baseman. Lavick steps on first. Throw across. In time for the double play. And there are 2 outs for the Larks here in the bottom of the 7th, and Preston Judd coming to bat. Preston asking for clarification on how far back he can go in the box, as the boxes are gone by this point. Curveball drops in for a strike from Nicholson. The 0-1. Little looper out to Dumont, and that's going to do it. NCC comes away, wins the series 2-1. A great start to NCC's program as they pick up their first 2 victories in the history of the school and the history of the program. Larks dropped the second game 10-1. It's been a lot of fun, Jasmine. We've had a lot of fun bringing you these ball games. Keep looking for the Lark Network. We'll be back in action on Valentine's Day for Heston College basketball. Tip-off at 6 and 8 as they'll be in playing against, I think, KCK is what we determined. So that's going to do it for us. Jasmine and I are saying thank you for tuning in and have a wonderful weekend.